Hi Virgo, happy birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, source of me in front of us, the Celtic cross spread as always. And I also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom of the oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling with this astrology ice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have the South Node. And the South Node is actually in Libra, which is your second house of possession, self-worth, and finances. And I mean, in addition to that, we'll have, Mercury will be passing through Libra at the very end of the month. Venus as well, of course, as we move toward the end of September. The Sun will start moving through Libra, so plenty of transits are going to be passing that South Node, so it could just be bringing that up for you guys as well. All right, we have Taurus. So Taurus for you guys is your 9th house of foreign affairs, higher learning, and philosophy. And we have Uranus there. And the time recording this, we haven't had that full moon just yet in Aquarius, but that's actually going to make a square aspect with Uranus, so that could definitely be bringing that energy out to the forefront. You might still be feeling that when we get to September. And then we have 8. So 8th house energy for you guys is Aries. I do see Aries energy in your main spread as well. But aside from that, we have the North Node there. So we did see the South Node, which we mentioned was in Libra. North Node is in Aries. Also, we have Chiron there as well. So yeah, 8th house in general points to death, rebirth, intimacy, and investments. So we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 2 of Cups, Cancer energy, and then challenging that we have the Sun. So 2 pretty positive cards, but what I'm seeing with this primarily could just be saying that something might come along your way this month, maybe some kind of an offer. Now for some of you it could be a romantic offer, maybe even a business offer, friendship, you name it. But I feel like with this in a challenge position could just be saying that you might be a little bit reluctant to embrace the newness of the situation, so maybe this is someone who you wouldn't have normally partnered up with, for example. So you're like, oh, I don't know if I really trust this, right? So it could just be one of those things where even though on the surface it seems like a good opportunity, there could be some resistance on your part to it. Now, for others of you, if it's saying that this is something that you would like to invite into your life, it could just be saying the challenge is that you need to embrace a more playful side of your energy to draw that in. Right, in the foundation position, we have the Queen of Wands. So yeah, so this is actually Aries energy here, which we also saw come up in your dice. So what I'm getting with this really could just be saying that maybe to see that Sun come up in the challenge position, it could just be saying that the issue is an issue of control for some of you. So it could just be saying that, even if something seems like a really good opportunity and it comes your way, you could have resistance to it if it didn't go necessarily the way you thought it should go, So it's like, oh, well, this didn't happen on my terms, or, oh, I would have liked to have made the offer to this person, but since they made it to me first, right? It could just be all kinds of weird things you throw out there as far as, oh, sounds great, but here's the list of reasons why I don't want to embrace it at this time. All right, in the past position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is Jupiter energy here, and Jupiter is in your 10th house, so this could be another indicator that for some of you this is a business opportunity more so than romantic, but aside from that, it could just be saying that whatever the situation or opportunity is, it looks like the timing was just right for it to come into your lives. So that could be why the resistance to it is causing more of an issue. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the High Priestess. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that you're really just examining the opportunity, right? Like, okay, what are the pros, what are the cons, right? Which I will say, to be fair, we're still in a Mercury retrograde at the time I'm recording this. It started in your sign and now it's moving through your 12th house. So I could see why that energy would come to the forefront for you guys. But yeah, so it could just be as simple as that, saying that as the retrograde energies are wrapping up, that's really the energy that you're in right now. Like, okay, I'm going to examine everything with great detail before I make any kind of move. But it does seem like it's just causing resistance at this time. All right, and in your future position, we have Temperance. So yeah, I feel like this is you guys just really trying to weigh the pros and cons, So, for example, if we look at the feet, we have 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the earth, right? So, to me, it's like, okay, trying to weigh the pros of the practicality of it all, right? Which would be the foot on the ground, and then the emotional connection to it with the foot in the water. So you could be like, okay, going back and forth, like, yes, this is good, but what about this? Does this fit my life, right? Will this throw this area of my life off? So it could just be what you're going to be doing, weighing the pros and cons of the situation. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Eight of Cups. So yeah, this is a Pisces energy here. For some of you, it could just be saying that you might ultimately decide that you would walk away from the opportunity. Now, for some of you, this could also just be saying that maybe this is what you're walking away from, and then this Two of Cups opportunity could be coming along, right? So, and then that would make sense in that regard too. If you're just walking away from something else that you've put a lot of time and energy into, and a new opportunity comes along, then at least that would explain the resistance on your part, right? Like, okay, this sounds great on paper, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to go there yet, right? So that could be how it's playing out for some of you. Others of you, though, it's not that. This could just be saying that you're walking away from the new opportunity because you're like, oh, again, weighing the pros and cons, you might come up with a list of reasons of why it wouldn't work, and then you might decide to leave it behind. All right, in the environment position, we have the Devil. So yeah, this is Capricorn energy here, and I do have to say, pretty much right as September starts, Pluto will be back in Capricorn, which is your fifth house of romance, creativity, children. So yeah, again, going back to what I was saying, I get this feeling of maybe control coming into play. To where even if an opportunity might be good, if it's not exactly coming to you in the terms you would have liked for it to come to you, you can have like a lot of resistance toward it, and then it could just be saying that that could be something you might have to look at as that transit takes place. Maybe that's why it's coming back into Capricorn for you to look at that finally before it moves back into Aquarius. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Hangman. So yeah, to me, this looks like you're really just hoping for time, right? Which, like I said, on the one hand, if it's just as simple as the retrograde energy has you feeling that way, it makes sense in that regard. I think it's just what you're saying. Like, okay, yes, I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no, I just want more time, right? And like I said, it could just be on paper that sounds good, but it could just be throwing a wrench into things at the same time. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Emperor. So this is Aries energy here, and again, I hate to say it once again, but I get another theme here of control, right? So it could just be saying that ultimately, you're going to decide that unless you have full control over the situation, you're not really ready to embrace it. So that could have its pros and its cons, right? So depending on your situation, maybe some of you view that as a good thing, not good. I feel good, I'll be able to stand my ground and say, nope, I'm not going to accept this thing. But for others of you, might be causing a blockage. So some of you are going to have to feel your way through for your individual situation. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, like I said, this could just be maybe a pattern that you might have been in. So I feel like that would be ultimately the deciding factor for you guys. If you feel this energy as you go through these situations, right, where you push something away and then you feel left out, it's like, well, maybe that would be an indicator for you guys to look at am I, being my own worst enemy in that regard with these opportunities turning out this way, right? We do see the Six of Pentacles directly beneath that. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that there is that opportunity for harmony, but you might have to look at your role in possibly preventing that in some cases. And then on the flip side, for some of you, right, if you feel like when you do go into these opportunities, if that's always the energy that you end up in, and you feel like it's through no doing of your own, right, then that could be why you're resistant to embracing a new thing too. So again, like I said, it could vary from person to person. All right, from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Take Anything Personally, and it says Become Immune to Poison. All right, it says the whole world can gossip about you, and if you don't take it personally, you are immune. Immunity to poison in the middle of hell is the gift of the second agreement. So yeah, at the very least, that sounds pretty dramatic on one hand, but It could just be a good energy to keep in mind. And again, as we said, as we are wrapping up that Mercury retrograde energy, right? We'll be in eclipse season before you know it, too. Like I said, that Pisces full moon during your season is actually going to be an eclipse for one. So, yeah, could just be those energies at play where you feel like, are people talking about me behind my back, things along those lines there. So, if that's what you're feeling, hopefully that message resonated. And from the Wisdom Oracle, we have building blocks. There's the artwork. And the number is 28. So we'll see if this has the same. All right, essential meanings says strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. The Oracle's message: you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. See, that was an interesting message there where it talked about, your values, ethics, morals, core beliefs, are they still true for you, right? So could just be saying that, for example, that could be what that devil energy is. If there is a belief that you might have held on to for a long time, but now it just seems to be more of a hindrance than a help, right? Then it could just be saying, well, maybe it's time for you to reevaluate. Like, okay, is this something I should still be holding on to, or is it maybe time for me to let that go? All right, and the relationship message says, when you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with the firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. So yeah, definitely a positive message there for sure. Like I said, it looks like it might be you guys that are going to be providing that resistance this month. Like I said, for some of you, it could just be as simple as the retrograde energies wreaking havoc on your charts, and once you feel the energy clear out as we move through September, you might start to feel more positive about those situations. All right, the prosperity message says you have everything you need to turn iron into gold in the alchemical process of creating the prosperous life you desire. Now is the time to build on the strong foundation you have already laid for your prosperity. Keep in mind that these building blocks are imbued with the sparkling energy of your intentions. Own your dream and remember that you always have more than enough and you always are enough, so abundance is ever present. Your creativity is divinely inspired and the design for your life is taking shape in service to the world. You are meant for success. So yeah, again, that's a pretty positive message there as well. So yeah, I hate to say it looks like for some of you, the main thing going on this month is you might be getting in your own way in some way. And again, like I said, maybe it's just as simple as the retrograde energy, start in your sign, move to your 12th house. Those could be pretty tricky energies to deal with. So maybe as that energy starts to lift as we move through September, that could be the Emperor playing out in a more positive way where you're saying, okay, maybe I was feeling like I was losing it a little bit here, but now I feel more in control, more decisive, and ready to move forward. So once again, happy birthday. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.